Good morning and welcome to Tuesday, May 21st. One theory suggests that the term green thumb arose from England's King Edward I, who loved green peas so much he sometimes gave a reward to the pea shelling serf with the greenest thumb. Alright, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of work. I have replanted this section of the bed. Sadly, the lemon cucumbers did not survive. I have replanted them, and 3 are successfully growing. It looks like the peppers are under attack, but most of them are being okay. And that one's been chewed to nothing. Oh boy. Lavender's doing great. Hyssop's doing pretty good. The kale, I've actually harvested the kale several times, and I can see it's under attack from snails and slugs. Today, I'm going to plant that second box. This box I built a little more traditionally because I now have access. As I tear the boards off of the pallets, I have access to the wood struts that I can cut up and use for those corner pieces, making it quite a bit of a stronger box, which is nice. Today, I am going to plant valerian. Valerian, you may or may not be familiar with. This grows into about a 2 to 3 foot tall plant with wonderfully smelling white flowers. However, those white flowers are the only thing that smells good about that plant. The roots smell awful. They are incredibly useful though. They have a calming effect. You might even say a sedative effect. I like to use it in tea when I'm having trouble sleeping. You may see it in Sleepy Time Celestial Seasonings Sleepy Time Extra Tea as well, valerian. I think this box is easily big enough for 5 plants. So, one here. Let's see. One here. I do have another valerian, but what else am I going to put in here? What am I going to put in the middle? I've made sure to keep enough room for bags. These bags are all Skagit Gold potatoes grown from seed. Remember, they may or may not give me Skagit Gold potatoes. They may give me something else entirely, depending on how the seeds were germinated. All right, let's go hunting for some more plants. Here's some random plants. Here's another hyssop. Don't necessarily want to keep going with the same plant. These are all bonsais. We will talk about those later. That's a no-no plant. It's a Himalayan blackberry. Here's some interesting prospects. I don't remember what these are. I have no idea what these could be, but they're red. They're interesting. I think I'll plant them. At least one. That'd be great. See how they get on. See what they are. All right. One here. One here. I'll just pop these into their new... Oh, sorry, spider. I did not, wherever you are, I did not mean to go right through your web. Little, oh, you know what? I forgot food. Alrighty. Here's the food. $10-10-10 granular. Should be just fine. These haven't had any food for quite a while. Stay there, camera. Just about a quarter teaspoonful should be fine. Well, for not having had any real growth, these roots are awfully nice. Should do okay in here. You go, baby. There's one. At the base of this bed is a bunch of the bark pieces that I got from my neighbor for helping him out, and that will form a really nice base of material that will break down over time, especially over about the next year, and nothing will have to be added to this bed while I live here. Could get a bunch of grass in it though. That'll be good. Right there. Take that out. Come on, sweetheart. Ooh, lovely roots. I don't know if you can see that. These are fabulous roots. Ah, stinks just as bad as ever. I didn't put any food in there, did I? Oh, perfect, naked. You need some food. There we go. Ah, dirt in my glove. There's two. Other two. Cool. Food. Don't forget the food. Same again, nice roots. I know this plant is well on its way to being happy. Just a little bit off the bottom. There. Sorry, the leaf. Now, if you're filling up part way or halfway with native soil, you're going to have weed problems. Just accept it and live your life knowing that you will be out here weeding during the year. It's not going to be perfect. Mulch can help prevent a lot of those weeds, but if you, like me, have a lot of grass around, you're going to have problems with grass weeds. Just grab them as you see them and pluck them as fast as you can, because the grass will take over very quickly. Oh, plastic, still finding plastic. Still finding plastic in my soil. And it goes in a pocket to go in the trash. Ooh, big chunk of grass. Little more. Good. This one's pretty tiny. No, come on out. Don't you want to go to your new home? Significantly less roots, but there are still good looking roots. They are healthy roots. I didn't put any food in there. Well, this is going to be much harder because this is already falling apart. Feels silly now. A little bit of food. All right. Oh, I hope I didn't hurt this. It looks, the roots were already fragile to begin with. But it definitely needs food more than anybody else in the box, because it's so tiny. All right, well, let's see how those do. Okay. Now for the middle. Did manage to find this. Now, this can be a picky little booger. It can attract such terrible fungus problems. I really don't know if I want to subject the valerian and the other plants to that kind of issue. I don't currently have another perennial, unless it's a unless it's one of the flowers. And I don't want to put a low-growing flower in the middle. I want something tall in the middle. So right now, this is probably my only option. The nice thing is I can always dig it out again if I don't like it and replace it with something else before I leave. It shouldn't have a problem growing. And as much as I love all my plants to be edible, they don't absolutely have to be. You definitely don't have to feel, oh, this is just dead plant material at the bottom. Your plants definitely don't have to be all edible. I just want to create a more permanent part of the garden that might remain after I leave. Go. Thing in there. And food. Even shrubs need food. And through all this, I'm actually desperately trying to remember the name of this thing, and it's eluding me terribly. But it is exceedingly easy to propagate. Oh, I'll remember it just after I shut off the camera. There we go. It's got some dark roots on the bottom. I think that's just because it got a little wet. There we go. You really shouldn't need an enormous amount of attention. Right. Sorry, baby. Didn't mean to put a pot on your head. All right. This bed is planted. I really did want to get the valerian in there. It was very important to me to get valerian in the ground somewhere. It does make a wonderful perennial plant. All right, a little watering, and this little bed, this brand new bed, should be done. And that's all the water I really should need. Here's a hint when putting in a new bed. Especially if you're using native soil to fill up part way. Fill it up part way, fill it up halfway. Water it in, and then put the rest of whatever you're going to fill the box up with on top of that, and then water it in again. Do this before you start planting any plants, because you will have to water less to get these babies in, and the soil won't shift around so much, damaging potentially fragile roots like I had to do with that poor little baby over there. The soil just basically fell apart. It's going to provide a much more structured, not only a more structured box, but you will know before you plant whether you have to fill it up again before you start planting. Here's one of my tasks that I have to do every day. I'm sure that you can hear him off in the distance. There's a crow out there. That's Poe. I made friends with him last year. we go. Poe the Crow expects fresh water every day, and I can give him a select section of treats. I usually stick to chicken, walnuts, occasionally pasta. I try not to feed him bread. Bread is quite the stomach upsetter for a lot of animals, so I just don't bother giving it to my friend Poe. And Poe lovingly keeps my whole compost area here clear of really nasty pests like mice and rats. Every once in a while, I think about every week or so, out on the driveway somewhere, I will find a dead mouse or a dead rat, one hole through the head. He understands his job. He kills my pests. I give him treats. I don't know exactly when this started, only that I gave him a treat as a one-off. And the very next day I found a present waiting for me. Now, when making friends with crows, you do have to understand, they will steal. I have lost so many lovely little pretty rocks and decorative items from my garden. It's something I just have to accept that happens, but I can compost anything in peace during the growing season and know that I am not going to be plagued with disgusting pests. Oh look, I see another hyssop. Oh boy, you're quite the survivor, aren't you? I think it's time for a little cleanup. How about we start with the garlic? This could probably use an amount of amending before I attempt to either build another box or put some more bags there. Move these down. Oop, I forgot a shovel, didn't I? All right. Rake, just in case. Ah, goodness. Let's just keep moving the grass down. Ooh, sticks. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but in the soil, they will never hurt me. All right. That should be good for now. Let's take a look at the garlic. Well, it's not very impressive, is it? No, it really is not. It's pretty much done. I ignored it and I didn't feed it. Kept it up on the deck too long. And now, I mean, it's started to produce bulbs, but it's definitely not healthy enough to produce anything like flowers. So I'm just going to clear out the box and use it for something else, probably leeks. Don't get me wrong, I can still use that garlic. The garlic will be just fine. All right, let me just take out the oh, here we go. So I began it on 9/18 of last year. Well, I guess I can always try again next year. Well, let's see how far I actually did get. It's not, you know, it's not terrible. And if I left them in there, they might grow. But the greenery is starting to get chewed up and it's gone limp, and I'd rather just use the young garlic now while I can. And to be honest, I don't know that much about garlic. This is the first time I've ever tried growing bulbs of garlic. I usually grow garlic just for the greens. I like the greens just as much. They're just as tasty. And I can use them a lot faster. Strange that the biggest plant had one of the smallest bulbs. Crow fight. And this is about how much I'm gonna get. I'll just clean these up, probably chop them and stick them in the freezer for all kinds of stuff that I need garlic for. Oh, I can see damage here. I don't know if you can actually see that. This right here has broken along there. Could have been nematodes, could have been root rot starting. I don't know. The nice thing about this garlic soil is that the garlic soil, it smells like garlic, and it's going to help prevent certain other pests in this soil for a while, as long as I get it dug in, because the active ingredient that actually prevents pest damage when exposed to sunlight for a period of time, when exposed to too much oxygen for a period of time, that actual chemical will break down. So I got to get it mixed into the dirt. That is probably good for that. Wow, I'm tired now. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. Whew. And I can already feel the breeze starting out here. We've had some horrendous wind, which meant I came out here really early this morning to do this. But I know by about noon, the wind around here is going to be raging far too hard for me to do any gardening. So this was probably the only chance I'll get today to do it. You guys grab yourself a coffee and have a great day.